UK boxing blogger coming right back at ya. Wow, that's all I gotta say. What a great fight last night. Terence Crawford is the man. Gamboa is like a true fighter. I'm gonna start with Gamboa first. I love that kind of fighter. You know, he's what I call a payback fighter. He gets hit, he wants to pay you straight back. You know, that's like a fighter like that can never be accused of ducking anyone. You know, let's commend the guy for fucking fighting Crawford. Crawford is a slick puncher, no, boxer fighter. You know, I love his technique, man. He switches. It's not just a gimmick. He switches to both styles because he's legit in southpaw and orthodox. You know, he obviously felt the need to switch to the left hand to be able to expose Gamboa a bit with a nice solid right hand because it was an easy land shot. You know, it wasn't so easy for him on. We didn't feel the right ending, the right tactic was best to come off the left jab because obviously Gamboa would have been countering that left jab all night with that right hand. You know, so I just want to backtrack a little bit to Gamboa. You know, payback fighter. You know, just even before he got knocked down in the fifth, it was like the beginning of the fifth. Terence Crawford landed a nice body shot. What did Gamboa do? Bang, straight back with a body shot. Bang, straight back with another body shot. You know, instant payback. You know, even when Gamboa gets dropped, he wants to come out and fight again. I know that's not great, but you know, that's his fighting heart. You know, he's a payback fighter. You know, for me, they're the most exciting fighters. They're the fighters I like most. Even like, well, I'm not even going to go there for the type of fighter that does that. But you can never accuse fighters like that, payback fighters, of being guys that would duck anybody because it's just not in their DNA. You know, Gamboa would fight Marky Garcia tomorrow, in my opinion, because he's just fought a much bigger, slicker guy in Crawford. You know, I'd like to see Crawford take on Garcia. I don't think Garcia would want that fight, to be fair. He talks a lot, but I don't think he'd go near Crawford, and I think Crawford beats Mikey Garcia quite easily. Again, I think once Crawford lands on Garcia, he'd be a bit better defensively, but he can counter you with all them left hooks. Catches you coming in with nice jabs and loop it. But like, he's got really good timing and a complete arsenal of different kind of punches from both stances. You know, how many fighters can? It's normally gimmicky, isn't it? You know, but how many fighters can actually switch stances to their advantage? No, in such a easy way, you know, transition so easy, and it comes naturally as well, you know. So for me, he's like rangy as well, like not quite hands like with the power, but you know, very rangy, you know. And it's like it was just awesome to see. I know Gamboa is a lot smaller than him, but he is a rangy lightweight in a way. You know, he's a great up and coming fighter in Crawford. Not, I wouldn't say fight of the year, but you know, there was I like the way that Gamboa managed to hurt Crawford, man. Like proper caught him good in the the round that finished the fight on, you know. And then Gamboa again though is fighting hard. He just went all over him to the point where he obviously gassed himself a little bit and ended up Crawford getting his legs back a little bit, and he gets caught with another punch. So the thing with Gamboa, it's a shame he's got a little bit too much fight. He should balance that out with a little bit more technique. Because it's like you don't even know when to stop punching. Like he'll land a burst of 3 punches, and if he just landed that 3 punches and then stepped back out of range, he would have been alright. But what he does is he throws about 5. And then he keeps his chin exactly in the same place where he's fucking from where he started throwing the punches. He ain't fucking moved. And he wonders why Crawford come and fucking tags him. You know, it is a little bit like if he just stuck to 2 punch combinations and concentrated in getting his feet and head out of the way, then he'd be a little. He would. He wouldn't. He could have done a little bit better, you know. But Crawford was always a bigger guy, you know. Gamboa, you know. Well, Crawford's got his attributes that I really like, but Gamboa was very size disadvantaged in the grand scheme of things. You know, I don't think he obviously carried enough power to hurt Crawford quite badly. But overall, if Crawford could see the punches coming, it wasn't like a. I think it was more that he lapsed a little bit and didn't see the punch coming because he thought he was in such control of the fight. I think he didn't have no fear left. But if he had his wits about him and see every punch coming, I don't think Gamboa would have really had the power to beat him. So therefore, you know, there was a big size disadvantage. I just got to put a big respect out to Gamboa for taking the fight. I think people never really talked about the credit of that, you know, especially with Mikey Garcia. Well, now been exposed really as a bullshit who ducked Gamboa. You know, I know I've got some Mexican guys there, or guys that like Garcia that watch my page every now and then. But you know, I'm just telling it how it is. If we can get on Floyd, we'll get on Garcia as well. You know, he ducked the fuck out of Gamboa, and by Gamboa fighting Terence Crawford, that's an absolute fact. And you can just tell by how a guy like carries himself in a ring that he ain't ever gonna duck no one, you know. And that Gamboa's a nutter. He wanted to carry on fighting in a way, you know. He'll fight till he fucking dies, and he'll fight you while fucked, you know. That's what you call a real fighter. I don't think a real fighter can ever be accused of ducking someone. You know, and I am going to just say it's like Manny Pacquiao as well. I don't think a real fighter like him, he's a payback fighter as well, can fucking duck somebody. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it makes sense really. It's just not the way they fight in the ring. Just proves that, man. I'm a massive fan of Gamboa. If he goes back down to super featherweight, he should fight Mikey Garcia. That fight, Garcia might want to take the fight now. You know, he should go down there. He won't be so size disadvantaged, and he'll be a bit trimmer. And he just needs to work on his fucking leaving his head hanging high like that and throwing too many punches. You should just keep to 1, 2s, and 3s. Unless they're actually landing flush and moving your opponent, you shouldn't be fucking throwing them. Anyway, UK boxing blogger out. What a great fight. Big up Terence Crawford. Can't wait to see you fight some either unification fights or step up to light welter. Peace.